I'm about to tell you something that will make you feel uncomfortable, but it will also change how you see success forever. The reason you are not where you want to be is not because you don't know enough, it's because you think too much. And your intelligence, the thing you are most proud of, is exactly what's keeping you broke. And your life will never change until you stop waiting for that perfect moment. Your success is not waiting for a perfect plan or a perfect moment. It's waiting for you on the other side of your overthinking. But here's what nobody is talking about. While you're busy perfecting your business plan, someone with half of your intelligence and twice of your courage just launched an imperfect version of your idea and is already making money from it. This is happening everywhere around you. The smartest person in your mastermind or in your community is usually the brokest. The most educated entrepreneur you know probably has the most beautiful business plan and the emptiest bank account. Why? Because intelligence without execution is just an expensive procrastination. The procrastination dressed up as a strategy is the most dangerous form of self sabotage. I know this because I was that person. I was once an overthinker. Hi, I'm Romy Singh, founder of Funnels and Profit, and over the past 12 years, I have personally generated over 5 millions across my agencies and products. I have built two six-figure agencies, learned some really expensive lessons in my life, and climbed back from the rock bottom phase of my life to build what's now becoming another six-figure business. But the most important lessons I have learned did not come from the wins. They came from the moments everything fell apart. At 20 years old, I had everything figured out on paper: perfect business model, detailed financial projections, comprehensive market analysis. I could exactly explain why my agency would dominate the market, what problems we would solve, and how much money we would make. 7 months later, I was signing termination letter for my entire team of 7 people and closing the doors. 670,000 rupees gone. Not because I was wrong about the opportunity, but because I spent so much time thinking about the perfect execution that I never actually executed anything at all. And I cannot blame it on anything other than myself because at a root level, I was the problem, that it didn't kick off from the ground. I spent so much time in my head analyzing every possibility and trying to predict every outcome that I was paralyzed by the fear of making a wrong move. That paralysis, that overthinking was not just a bad habit, it was a catastrophic failure. I learned the hard way that you cannot think your way to success, you have to act. The journey back from that failure taught me that every major breakthrough in life or in business is driven by one core principle: imperfect action. It is the willingness to move forward with courage even when the path is not clear. And that's how most entrepreneurs move ahead. They keep walking slowly in the fog while assessing and adapting. So, if you feel trapped in a cycle of analysis, if you're tired of watching opportunities pass you by, I'm going to share 5 fundamental mindset shifts that will help you break free and finally start moving ahead. Every successful entrepreneur I know, and I have worked with hundreds of them, building their offer, building their sales funnel, and optimizing their conversion rate, has one thing in common: they are comfortable at being wrong. They launch before they feel ready. They test before they are certain. They execute with incomplete information because they understand something overthinkers don't. The market is the only teacher that matters. Everything else is just an expensive education that keeps you broke. First, the perfectionist dilemma. The first shift we have to make is a direct challenge to a very specific identity: the perfectionist. And I know some of you watching right now identify with that. You wear perfectionism like a badge of honor. Don't you? It feels like it means you have high standard. It means you care deeply about the quality. But I'm going to offer you a mindset shift that was a complete turning point for me. Perfectionism is not a standard of excellence, it's a high end form of fear. Yes, you heard it right. Let me repeat it one more time to emphasize. Perfectionism is fear dressed up in a fancy suit. It's fear of being judged, it's fear of criticism, the fear of putting your work out there in the world and having someone find a flaw which you would then internalize as proof that you are flawed. So, perfectionism creates the ultimate shield by endlessly polishing and refining your perfect plan, your perfect project. You never have to actually release it. And if you never release it, no one can ever criticize it. And if no one can criticize it, you get to maintain the safe, comfortable illusion of being perfect. That's a very bad situation to be in. Nothing grows on the land of perfectionism except your age. And by age, I mean time. You only waste time, the most important resource we have that cannot be replenished no matter what you do. Excellence is not the absence of flaw, it's the courage to face them. It's about launching version 1, knowing it's imperfect, and having the humility and strength to make it better with real world feedback. So, the mindset shift is this: stop being a perfectionist and start being a professional improver. Trade that badge of honor you have for a new one. The goal is not to be flawless out of the gate. The goal is to be relentless in your pursuit of improvement. The second mindset shift is redefining the word ready. This new identity as a professional improver lead us to our second mindset shift. We have to redefine what it means to be ready. The perfectionist is never truly ready. There always one more book to read, one more course to take, one more tweak to make. This endless quest for readiness is just fear wearing a cape and gown. I want you to erase that definition and replace it with this: ready means you have just enough to take the next viable step. That's it. You don't need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. You don't need a map of the whole country to drive to the next town. You just need to know the next turn. Are you ready to launch that business? Maybe not. But are you ready to talk to one potential customer? Yes. Are you ready to write a book? It feels overwhelming. But are you ready to write the first page? Absolutely. Ready is not a feeling, it's a decision. It's the moment you decide that the cost of staying put has finally become greater than the fear of moving forward. Stop waiting to feel ready. You never will. Decide you are ready enough and go. The third mindset shift is the myth of the perfect plan. Are you working on any plan right now? If you do, then I want you to think how many hours you have spent on that plan trying to improve it based on guesswork or your own thoughts. Because overthinking loves to disguise itself as productive work. It tells you that you are just being diligent, that you are just doing your research. But the perfect plan is the ultimate mirage. It's the destination you will never reach, designed to keep you safely in the land of theory. In my 12 years of agency owner, I have seen countless time brilliant entrepreneurs with world-changing ideas offers have spent countless years perfecting their business plan or perfecting their offers, designing their perfect logo, perfect sales funnel, or endlessly outlining a book they never write. They are professional planners, not professional doers. The truth is, no business plan survives the first contact with the real world. No life plan unfolds exactly as you write it. I am the perfect example for this. I have the perfect life. I have everything that I needed. But one wrong moment in my life sent me down to the abyss. And it took me 3 years to crawl back from it and to be functionable again. So, your plan is not the product, your strategy is not the result. They are the starting point, a compass, not a detailed turn by turn GPS. The goal is not to eliminate all the risk through planning. The goal is to build your resilience through doing so you can handle the risk when they inevitably appear. The fourth mindset shift is about choosing courage over comfort. This leads to the emotional core of it all. The fourth mindset shift is understanding that this is not an intellectual battle, it's an emotional one. You must consciously choose courage over comfort always. Overthinking is comfortable, it's safe inside your head. You can run stimulations, win arguments, build successful businesses without ever risking failure or rejection. It feels productive, but it's a padded sell. Real action, making that cold call, sending that cold email, publishing that book, launching that imperfect project, that requires courage. It means stepping into the arena and accepting that you might get knocked down. Life has a way of forcing this lesson on you. At 22, I met the love of my life. We built a beautiful life and a successful business together. Then at 30, my world ended. I lost her to the sickness, and in the abyss of that grief, the concept of comfort becomes meaningless. There is no safe place to retreat to. All that left is a choice for me to make: stay in that suffocating darkness or find the courage to take one single step, agonizing step forward and then another. That experience taught me overthinking is a luxury born of a false sense of security and time. When you are confronted with the finite and fragile nature of life, you realize that every moment spent in indecision is a moment stolen from your story. You learn to choose courageous action not because it's easy, but because the comfort of inaction is an illusion. The fifth mindset shift is about the 5 minute action rule. So, how do we make courage practical? This is the fifth mindset shift, a simple, tactical rule you can use the moment you feel yourself spiraling. I call it the 5 minute action rule. The next time you are stuck on a decision or a task, set a timer for 5 minutes. In those 5 minutes, your only goal is to take one small physical step to move it forward, not to finish it, not to perfect it, just to start. Are you overthinking sending a difficult email? You have 5 minutes to write and send a terrible first draft. Are you paralyzed about starting a new project? You have 5 minutes to create a blank document and write a title. Are you avoiding a phone call? You have 5 minutes to find the number and dial it. And now we have AI to help us refine things in matter of seconds. So these 5 minutes are purely for you to do the math in your head and decide the way forward. This works because it breaks the spell of inertia. Overthinking is like a heavy flywheel. It's hard to stop once it's get going. The 5 minute rules is like a wrench in the gears. It interrupts the mental spiral with physical action. 9 times out of 10, that tiny bit of momentum is all you need to keep going. Action begets clarity, and clarity silences overthinking. This is the last and our final bonus mindset shift, which is about the true cost of waiting. It's all about understanding what you are truly losing. It's not about the money you don't make or the business you don't build. The true cost of overthinking is life itself. It's the cost of unfulfilled potential. It's the experience you don't have. It's the person you fail to become. It's the impact you fail to make. Money can be lost and remade. I lost 670,000 in few years. I was a part of a business making six figure a month. You can recover from financial loss, but you cannot get back time. The years you spent thinking about it are gone. The opportunities that pass you while you are waiting for the right time will never return. The true cost of waiting is not calculated on a balance sheet, it's measured in the quiet ache of regret for a life half lived. When you feel yourself hesitating, I want you to ask, is this thought pattern worth a day of my life? Is it worth a week, a year? The answer will always be a no. To everyone watching who is going through a tough time, who feels like they are in the middle of a storm, just don't give up. Let the storm rage, let it pass, and then when you are ready, you start again. Because that's what I did. We are all just trying to write our life stories, the good parts, the bad parts, and the harsh realities. Someone once told me not to give power to my pain, but to use it to chase the goals that are still left behind. The more battles you fight, the more you overcome, the more epic your story will be. Your one decision to not give up, to choose imperfect action over perfect stagnation, will transform your story from one of what ifs to one of I did. It will not be easy, but it's not impossible also. So stop waiting and start living. Your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of your next decision. Make it, execute it, perfect it later. If this story resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.